All right, we're back from the break, and we got about 4 topics to talk about with you guys. Things that happened in the past week, and even upcoming things that will be happening on upcoming UFC cards. But the first being Mr. Thiago Silva. We talked about him last week, and him and his, a urine adulteration that he's, and all that stuff that he's facing with the NSAC. So he actually got fined on April 7th. He got fined $33,000, just over $33,000, and he got his license revoked for 12 months. So that's 12 months from the day he fought, January 1st. So January 2nd of 2012, he can reapply for his license. But the commission actually seemed like they went a little soft on him, because he actually was really honest with them, and he was actually supposed to get, he wasn't supposed to get his win bonus, which was $55,000. He got just only, they took out $20,000 from that, and they were supposed to take half of his purse, which is $55,000 as well. They only took 1/3 of it, and it came up to a total of $33,750. And so they were also supposed to start his suspension of his license the day of the hearing. They also pushed that back to the day of his fight. So it seemed like the commission gave him a little bit of leeway, but they still they don't tolerate that type of stuff. And yeah, and they also changed the fight with Vera to a no contest. So do you guys actually think this was the proper punishment for Thiago Silva, or do you think he actually deserved, the full effect of everything? No win bonus, getting suspended from the day of the hearing. What do you guys think?
The 1 year, I feel, it's good. It's good, but the fine, the monetary fine, I think to make that impact on Silva, they should have taken a little bit more off that monetarily.
Maybe at least take the whole win bonus.
The win bonus was what, 55?
He didn't win anymore. It's kind of a no contest, right? So
when you get suspended, like, people deserve what they get for that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to get into.
He brought up the whole fact of
he made enough for the fight. The sponsor money plus this UFC money.
Yep.
So he's not broke anymore. You know what I mean?
The win bonus should have been taken off for sure.
Yeah, at least the whole win bonus.
You didn't win.
Yeah, exactly. Straight up, exactly.
They brought up the fact that he brought up the fact that he had to pull out of his 117 fight with Tim Boetsch due to his back injury, and he has one thing he kept repeating is, I have so many people depending on me for money.
Okay, no,
You know what I mean,
that's fine, because even if you take away the win bonus, he still makes $55K for the fight, and he gets sponsor money. I'm pretty sure that's enough money to get him for a year.
No, if it was the full, what they're going to do, if they did the full thing.
No, but what I think they should have done is just taken away the win bonus.
Okay.
And
55K
that's
is still
enough. Good. 55K is enough. And, well, fine, he needed money, he got his money, but it cost him.
But you know what, they did go soft on him, but I think because he was pretty cooperative.
Yeah, he was cooperative.
But he wasn't like trying to dismiss anything he did. He said, okay, once they found out what he did, he's like, all right, this is what happened.
But that's the only negative thing that I find.
Once they found out what he did.
Once they found out, he obviously wouldn't have snitched on himself and said, like...
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably pissed at that person who gave him the adultery. He said in the hearing...
Off the internet.
Yeah, he said he bought it off the internet, and he actually said during the testing, all he did was turn his back to the investigator, put the adulterant into the cup, and give it to him. Yeah. He was literally right in front of the guy, but he just turned his back, put it in, and gave it to the guy in the vial or whatever it was. And he gave it to the investigator, and the investigator didn't suspect anything.
I don't know, like, how do you get around that unless the guy's, like, physically watching you take a piss?
Yeah.
Like,
he said he had it in his shorts, he pulled it out,
watching you take a piss. There's no real way you can kind of stop that.
After what happened with Sonnen, though, after the whole Sonnen and Silva thing, suspended for the drug testing and all that, like, shouldn't they have gone a little bit harder on Silva? This is another big name for the UFC. Like, I don't know about you,
yeah,
have you guys heard any response from Dana about this now? I still haven't really heard
I think it's because of the reason he did it. It's not like he did it to get an advantage. He did it because he needed to fight, and he needed his back to not give out on him, sort of thing. So I think they kind of sympathize with that. It's not like he
said he got the injection 45 days before the fight,
and then
30 days before the fight. So he did it twice, knowingly that he was breaking the rules of the commission.
He did it for his back, right? He's injury prone.
I said the same thing last week, though, and you guys were kind of ripping me hard about that, like about how he had, he was coming off the injury. Should we be a little bit more sympathetic? And you guys were saying no. Now,
Well, that's the only way to look at it. 'cause,
Yeah, that
like,
is. And now you're kind of going the other way, saying that, okay, he's doing it for the family. But whatever reason it is, he still did it now.
No, but I'm saying I think that's why the commission went easy on him. Because of like that.
It just kind of sets a precedent, I feel now.
Yeah.
Like next
I
time somebody
agree.
gets caught, aren't they going to say the same thing? I need to fight. I need to support my family.
I get what you're saying.
Then where do you cross the line?
It might start being abused.
Where do you, you know?
Yeah, this is it is kind of unfair though to have.
I personally think it's a good suspension. This is how it should be.
The fine should have been a little more hefty.
I think it's appropriate. I think it's getting suspended for 12 months.
Yeah, he
It's appropriate
doesn't.
enough.
This is the only thing he gets paid to do. You know what I mean? He has a family to support and all that type of stuff. And to be without pay for 12 months, you know what I mean? Even though he got paid, 110K minus 33,000, whatever that is, like
It's about 75,000,
Yeah.
a little above.
All right. So next up, we got moving on. BJ Penn. He was supposed to face John Fitch. John Fitch pulled out due to an injury, and BJ Penn was actually going to be waiting around for an opponent, but he got injured as well. Watching a video that he
Too
put
bad.
out on BJPenn.com, he said he has something going on with his shoulder. He can't train properly with it, so he pulled out as well. He's saying, if John Fitch wants to do it again, they could probably do it at a later date. And so in turn for that, UFC actually put in Carlos Condit and Dong Hyun Kim for 132.
Yeah, I don't have problems with that fight. I think it's okay. I'd rather just wait for Penn Fitch to be both be healthy and then have the rematch.
I'd rather have that fight first rather than BJ Penn taking another fight and then fighting John Fitch, because this is basically this
I
would
just
just
wanna
be
see the
like
rematch.
rounds 4, 5, and 6 for them.
I just want to see the
Exactly.
rematch. I was when Fitch pulled out, I was thinking, oh great, now they're going to give Penn a replacement fight. And now we may never see Fitch Penn again. I'd rather just wait and see Fitch Penn.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they need to do that rematch.
Yeah, they need to do that rematch. I agree. This is what do you think about the matchup with Kim and Condit?
I like
It's a good fight in terms of where they are in their careers right now. Condit's coming off a huge win over Dan Hardy, knocking him out.
I think this would
Kim's-
prove a lot if Condit won.
If Condit
And I
puts a
think Condit
blemish
would.
on his record, he's the only guy to put the blemish on it. I think it.
I just hope Dong Hyun Kim doesn't, lay
I
in for
think
him.
that sets him up for a title eliminator for his next fight if he beats.
I think the winner of this fight is set up for a title eliminator.
that's what I'm saying. Whoever
Yeah.
comes out of this
Oh, okay. I thought you
is
said
in
just
line.
Condit.
No.
It's there, but there's one fighter that a lot of people are overlooking that took away a lot of steam from a fighter, Brian Ebersol. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's like the best fighter in the welterweight division or a top 10 fighter in the welterweight division, but still, he's there. He took away the steam from Chris Lytle, who a lot of people had a lot of hype behind.
So, what about? Could it be a Hathaway effect though?
You know what?
You
let's
never know.
Let's do that fight right there. John Hathaway versus Brian Ebersol. I'm okay with that.
No, I was
like
just kind of
that.
comparing this whole Ebersol coming off the high off a big win, and then
but
Hathaway with
but still,
Diego.
you gotta let him prove it. Then
Yeah.
you gotta let him
No,
prove it. It's not a
understandable,
Hathaway
Because
thing.
then Hathaway got piled.
I like that. So the fight is Carlos Condit, Dong Hyun Kim at UFC 132, and personally, it's a good fight. You know what I mean? That's the next best fight they probably could have come up with behind BJ Penn and Fitch in the welterweight division because everybody else is booked up.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Plus,
Condit
Dong Hyun Kim, he wants GSP, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
After the Nate Diaz when he's calling out.
I was hoping to see Condit on this card though step in for Fitch, but I'm happy. At least this is a good fight for him though.
I personally want Condit to maul.
I've really become a fan of Condit since he came to the
he's
UFC.
awesome.
I've heard a lot of good things.
He's
I saw
awesome.
him before, but after coming to the UFC, he's piled up some big wins.
Condit's a very exciting fighter. He's been known for all his fights in
Cardio
WC,
freak.
and he just pushes the fight all the time. He's just always going at it. He's always pushing the pace.
Well, for those who haven't seen it, watch his fight against Rory McDonald.
Oh,
Where he got
Where he
control
just
for the
pulled
first 2
out.
rounds, and then he just
Oh, yeah.
mauled him. He went animalistic on him in the 3rd round.
And it just shows you the cardio discipline.
Yeah, he doesn't give up.
And Roy
He's a-
got tired, but he got rocked quite a bit in the 3rd round too. Could have added to it.
In terms of the value of both of these fighters in this fight, do you think it's a step down for Carlos Condit? And do you think this is just like a win-win for Dong Hyun
Perhaps a
Kim?
bit, but I don't know. And I don't know. Like Hardy and Dong Hyun Kim might actually rank Kim above Hardy. I think he's a better fighter than him.
He's
so-
undefeated, is he not?
14
Well,
to
he has a
1-1.
no contest to
Okay.
Karo Parisian, which was originally a loss, was overturned. I wouldn't call him undefeated.
Yeah, he's 14-0-1.
He lost to Parisian.
Yeah. I'm putting that out there. So,
That's not a downgraded arc.
yeah, in terms of being undefeated, quote unquote, I think it's a good fight for Condit.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets to...
Makes sense. Dong Hyun Kim is a big welterweight too, right? So
he actually gets to prove himself as well. Actually, another question. Winner of this, say magically, Jake Shields wins. BJ Penn, John Fitch face the winner of Carlos Condit, Dong Hyun Kim.
No, I think the winner of BJ Penn, John Fitch just gets Jake Shields.
Really? Yeah. Straight
for
up.
the titles. Yeah.
And where does GSP fall if he loses?
He'll probably coast around at welterweight, obviously, and then I think one win, he'll get a rematch right away.
Yeah,
because when you're as big as GSP and you lose, like, he'd probably just need one more impressive win to get the title shot right back.
But who deserves that step up in competition to take on GSP?
Well, I'd give him someone he hasn't fought before, which isn't many. I guess left.
Who's left?
Who's left?
Maybe face the winner of Condit and Kim if he loses.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think it would.
Yeah.
That's the only logical thing.
Because he hasn't
right now. Yeah.
fought any of those two. Well, okay, this is getting very hypothetical right now.
Yeah, that's, I don't even know why.
Very hypothetical.
Yeah,
GSP losing at this point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
GSP losing. Yeah,
I don't even know why I brought that up.
It's really hypothetical.
My mind was just wandering, but anyway, another fight that they actually set for UFC 132. One of my favorite fighter, Wanderlei Silva, taking on Chris Leben. Leading up to this, the scheduling of this fight, leading up to the scheduling of this fight, Dana White actually commented on this last night before the Strikeforce event. He accepted the fight against Vitor Belfort.
Yeah, that's something I did not know.
Vitor Belfort accepted the fight against Wanderlei Silva, but the fight didn't happen, and Dana White actually just gave Chris Leben to Wanderlei Silva because that's the fight Wanderlei Silva really wanted.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
he said he was lobbying for Leben. They wanted him to fight Belfort, so he said, "Okay, I'll fight Belfort."
And then they just gave him anyway. I personally think, in terms of value in the division, it's not a good fight. Like, in terms of value, like if for Wanderlei especially.
No, I think it's a good fight for him coming off such a long layoff. Maybe Vitor was too much at once. You know what I mean? If he wins, he should get a Vitor right away.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But in terms of entertainment value, this fight's going to be insane.
Awesome. These guys like to stand up.
Oh my god! If this fight goes to the ground, they're probably just going to be like, "Yo, let's just stand up."
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, this is going to be an amazing fight.
What people I feel are overlooking is this is a really good fight for Leben to just kind of quickly rebound off that loss and almost nullify the Brian Stann loss. If he beats Wanderlei, he's right back where he was before the Brian Stann fight.
He's a much bigger name, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. So this is helping Leben a lot. This is helping
Leben a lot.
It's helping him.
It's helping Wanderlei Silva.
In terms of something that just came to me, in terms of a long layoff that Vitor Belfort may be getting, since his last fight was in February, and he may have fought Wanderlei Silva at 132 if the fight happened.
I'm pretty sure they're going to give someone to Belfort at the Rio card.
Brian Stann.
I was thinking the same name.
Brian Stann, if he beats Jorge Santiago, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that.
He's fighting him.
I totally forgot about that. But even if he passes Santiago, he could probably fight.
I don't know about the timing, because then Belfort might have too much of a long layoff.
He could fight at
looks like he's getting Sonnen.
Whenever that happens.
Exactly.
But I think Brian Stann fighting at 130, he could probably fight Belfort at 134.
But then that's too long for Belfort. I think they want Belfort. Personally, from what we saw it in the videos leading up to the Anderson Silva fight, they said Belfort is a huge deal over in Brazil.
Yeah.
So I think they want to put him on that Brazil card.
Yeah.
Somehow, like, he's a big thing over there.
May, June, July, August. That could probably happen.
Huh?
Against Bisping.
Bisping? You know what? If Sonnen is not good to go, I agree.
There's too much in terms of the gray clouds around Sonnen that you don't know what's happening with it.
In terms of the Brian Stann situation, if he wins unscathed at 130, he could fight in August.
Unscathed.
Nah, I prefer to give Bisping to him if the Sonnen fight doesn't go through.
Yeah. Of course, if the say the Sonnen and Bisping fight does happen, you know what I mean? They could easily put, but I would like to see that. I would like to see that.
It could be potential like Josh Koscheck Montreal heat with Bisping going over to Brazil.
Yep.
And facing Belfort there.
But I personally think that Belfort will probably kill Stan.